everyone, welcome to TalktousToday. So today is a very special episode and which is a Shiro segment which is my favorite, and it is also
my favorite because we're combining two of our favorite segments. Mine's review therapy and it's always about books,
and mine Shiro is always about talking to people.
And this is going to be, I think you guys are going to love this. We're in Noida, Delhi NCR, and we are at, if you guys can zoom in and see this, we are at the reading room. Let's go find out what that's about. I'm excited to show you guys. Hey, let's do it. Oh wow.
Oh, this place looks so
The
amazing.
more that you read, the more things you will know.
Yeah.
The more that you know.
I like the whole vibe of the place.
Oh, wow, look at this. Hey! That's great. From Dr. Seuss.
Wow.
Thing 1 and thing 2. My favorite series as a kid. And so we're entering the reading room, and with us is Ridhika Jain, who is the founder of this reading room and who's going to be a part of our She-Roar segment.
Yes. Let's talk to her.
Come on.
Oh wow, look at this place, Simrit. Oh wow. Wow, that's amazing.
I didn't expect this here.
That's lovely.
This is really cool.
Amazing.
These touch and feel for small children.
They are so sensory. Feeders, especially to the younger ones.
This is like teaching you how to tie a shoelace.
You're not just doing reading stuff, you're doing
Yeah,
lot
so
of
we do
stuff.
like motor
Teaching
skills
them
also.
fine motor skills.
Yeah.
Wow, that's lovely.
Sort of things also, like small to make ascending order.
Where did you get it from? This is from Russia. Like I told you, I used to keep collecting things. This is like an informative book.
Yeah.
Check out the puzzle or information about what dinosaurs were.
Yeah.
Wow. There's one puzzle now.
Oh,
Wow.
no, all of them have it. I had a Brussels like this.
Yeah.
It was nice.
That's
This
nice.
is so cool. Is this a place where the kids can sit?
Yes, we say to relax.
Ooh, look,
Oh,
look.
that's so
Simrit,
cool.
sit.
No, I can't sit. This is awesome. This is so cool. Just imagine having your own little, like, I want to create that. This is so nice. Very inviting.
They lie down and read here.
Yeah. There's another way all love to do.
It's a Lego wall. That's for toddlers.
So, Ridhika, welcome to Talk to Us today.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad we're doing
Welcome to
this.
Talk to Us
Yeah,
today.
I'm so glad we're doing this. Because we've been talking about this, me and Namita have been talking about this for a very long time.
Yeah, and we took
Yeah.
a long time. it's it's always with us. We always.
Yeah.
I'm glad you finally made it.
So, like, tell us a little bit about yourself. This space you've created is actually my dream job. I mean, I love to read. And I want kids to read. So I started a kids book club, and I did. But you've actually taken it to the next level. Tell us, like, a little bit how you got into this.
So I think all the credit for this goes to my daughter. She's such an avid reader, and every time we would go to the mall or go anywhere, travel anywhere, she would always pick up so many books. And generally also, people would ask me, "Your daughter's so amazing, what do you do?" I never knew the answer as to what I do because I thought I don't do anything. But then I thought it's because she reads so much that she has this grasping power which helps her in studies also. I see so many children nowadays, they go to school for so many hours, they come back at 4:30, again they're running to tuitions.
Yeah.
My daughter doesn't go for tuitions.
Wow.
Even if she's reading a history textbook, it's like a story for her, and she grasps things and she's able to answer the next day. She doesn't need to rote learn.
Wow.
So that is something I thought
That
is happening.
how learning should be,
Yes.
Simrit.
You know,
right?
she is in love with reading. So I wanted to give that to other children as well, that you should fall in love with reading. It should not be a punishment. Oh, 4 to 5, I have to go for class, and then, you know.
So I'm hearing reflections of myself. I mean, not to praise myself in this process, but I'm hearing because when I was a kid, and I think I've mentioned this, brought up in Canada, brought up in Canada, and I was in Edmonton, and at the age of 8, we had the Commonwealth there, and I was given the best reader award in the whole city.
Okay.
Because
Wow.
I used to
Of course,
do,
no doubt about
and I would, and I'm getting it because I would fall in love with, like I fell in love with reading, with books, and I can see some amazing pages here. So I used to do this back in, too long ago to mention. So your daughter sounds like a reflection of me. Can I take her home for a couple of days?
If you have lots of books at home, please take
She
her.
likes to take kids to her home. And she has a big library as well.
That sounded a little creepy.
yeah,
I want them to come to learn. I'm not creepy, guys. I promise you.
Yeah.
But so tell us, like, so this is literally for your daughter, and she's grown up now a little bit.
Yeah, she's
still
12
loves-
now,
Yeah.
but we still continue to buy books for her and keep adding it to the library.
And is she part of this place as well? Like she comes
In
every
fact,
day and.
I give her a small salary, we call it. She arranges my shelves. Yeah, we actually do that. So she wanted to buy a new set of books, which was super expensive. I said, I'm tired of buying books for you. She's like, I said, why don't you work in the library? I'll give you 500 rupees per hour. And 3 hours she did. She arranged all my shelves with author, with the labeling.
She's such a wise
And she earned 3,000 rupees, and then she bought that book set for herself.
Wow.
And the money's been used well. Like,
Imagine, it's not just about reading, learning the next level of life, those.
So what about you? Are you an avid reader?
Yes, I am. That's where she bought it from.
Yeah.
Even my mom was a reader. So I think it's just passing on from there.
So tell me, how did you get into this? Like, is your background in education?
No, not at all. In fact, I'm an engineer by I've studied engineering.
Like Namita.
Just like me.
And then I have also done my MBA from MDI Gurgaon.
Yeah, just like
I've worked in a corporate.
Oh,
with so many ways. I love this.
So I worked in a corporate, and then done events, and I've worked in different fields.
Right.
But this is something I started because I wanted more and more children to read. That was the more basic motivation behind starting this whole place.
I get that.
So it's not really I'm not doing it for profit so much, but it's more of a passion project for me. So, and the kind of feedback that I've been getting from parents, that just keeps me going.
So tell us, what's the best compliment or what's the biggest achievement this reading room has gotten you?
See, we've had, in fact, a couple of special children also who
Special needs?
Children, and even the parents don't acknowledge that they are children with special needs.
Right.
But they would just come here, we would be patient with them, we would read to them, even though they wouldn't say a word. But after 6 months, we saw a change in them. Now they are talking, and then the parent was like, what did you do? Now they've started talking. They're talking at home and they're talking in school.
So guys,
amazing.
When you say reading is just a pastime, it's a hobby, no. It's a lifelong skill.
Yeah.
If you're thinking from a purely educational point, reading helps comprehension.
And it doesn't ever give immediate returns, because a lot of parents nowadays want instant returns,
I agree
If I will
to her.
send them
I
for thrice a
100%
week,
agree
what
to
will
her.
happen? When will she start reading? I said, I can't say when will she start reading, because it takes time.
Isn't this the
exactly.
generation of instant gratification?
Oh yes, Simrit.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
have I met couple of parents. The child is just in first grade, and she goes to tuition. It's like, tuition? Why are you saying? No, she doesn't read anything at home. She's so slow. She keeps joining the words. She needs more push. I was like, come on, every child learn at his or her own pace.
Yes.
So it's like
That just makes me sad.
So that's why we kind of made this library also more fun looking, so children
no,
want to
I
come
just
here.
love the whole vibe.
So
of the
here
library.
children don't want to go back. The parents are waiting and they're like 10 minutes more, and that just makes my
That's
day
the
when they
biggest
say that.
compliment.
Yes.
There you go.
Exactly. So
That's-
other than this reading room and read books, what else do you do? Some
So we
activities or
don't, yeah, we
something?
do activities also, and we ensure that they're comprehending what they're reading. It's just not the sounds. Like for example, we read this book. Okay, this is like a Roald Dahl magic finger book, in which she points at things and she can become whatever she wants to, right? So we did a worksheet with them that if you had a magic finger and you could change one part of your body, what would it be?
Wow.
You know, so they can do anything.
And you've created these sheets
Yes,
yourself?
we have created these sheets.
Wow.
So it's
Guys,
like
this
bird
is-
wings, kangaroo legs,
This is like,
things like that.
Can you imagine?
And
Wow.
after you
And
have
exactly-
changed those body parts, what would your life be? That's what you have to write behind.
Wow.
So this is your draw the picture of your new body after these parts, and then what you would do in your new life. So things like that we do for smaller
So
children. We
creative.
do
I mean,
things
it's-
like this Julia Donaldson book. So we read about the smartest giant in town who gets all new clothes, but because certain animals have certain needs, he gives away all his new clothes, and again he's wearing shabby clothes. So then, you know, about his generosity, about his love for other people, and above needs for other people more than his needs. And we did like a worksheet on it, like
So you create these worksheets
yeah,
as
which
well.
Product he gave to which animal. So
Wow.
this just sort of makes
Simrit,
them
this-
recall.
This is not an easy job.
This
I
is all
do it.
handmade
I've done it.
with our teachers.
Creating these sheets by yourself
I know,
is,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
is
it's
not that
unbelievable.
easy.
And then
It's
you have
amazing.
board games I saw, and then
Yes.
so you're taking care of a lot of other, like this is a fun place. It's a rec
So
room.
it's not
It's a
monotonous.
reading and rec room,
Yes,
right?
yes. So we do like a reading program in which the children come thrice a week. So half an hour they read, and the next half an hour we do some sort of activities with them. It can be board games, it can be quizzes also. We do like quizzes on fiction. So
Oh,
you know
nice.
that
Wow.
also they do, and we give them
See,
points.
reflecting it, what you have read, what
Yes.
you've understood, how
Yeah.
will you reflect that?
No, but other than that, I saw some motor skills.
Yes, so we do
yeah.
board games also. Like here we have a game which is on professions. If you
Yeah.
want to just see that, we do something like we teach them.
Oh, these are those
ascending
Russian
order.
dolls,
Yeah,
yeah.
Matryoshka dolls.
Yeah, that's right. I read
Yes,
about
so
these.
we do this. So they learn like small children. They get motor skills for opening and closing also.
Absolutely,
And then
absolutely.
ascending and descending order. So
Right.
this, a child as small as 2-year-old does this. at our
Absolutely.
place.
Yeah.
And for such small children, you know, we do also like touch and feel books. We don't read, but they get into this habit. I read a book, even though it's just feeling a book.
But this is
Wow.
also good for special needs kids,
Yes.
right?
So it
And
just,
they-
every child has some sensory
And they
needs,
gain
Simrit,
confidence.
at time and
Mama,
again.
Today I went to the library, I read a book. You know, that whole
Right.
thing of just flipping the pages and feeling the page, they feel they have read and they feel confident.
Wow.
So that's
See,
it.
touch always helps you in retaining information. Do you know that? So, which is amazing way of teaching.
So
kids.
reading, I mean, they've even seen in middle and high school kids that we were discussing this in one of our shows,
Yeah.
that how, you know, that this will help them even retain information. It helps them learn how to relax. Creativity is going up. Their imagination is going up,
Imaginations.
and they become sensitive. There's so much to learn from
and their
reading.
writing skills when it comes to
And
reading.
one of the worst things a parent likes to hear is, "I'm bored." When I hear that, I get
Okay, so I have to tell you this story
Yes.
also. I went to my mom's house, which is in the middle of South Delhi, Hoskas, and she's telling me, you know, near our house, there is a new place which has opened, which is Screen Detox Center.
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
about this.
Really?
And it's for children.
Really?
So I was like, what the hell? Like, you know, they have screen detox centers for children. So this library is like a natural detox center, and we don't even call it a detox
But
center.
how unfortunate is that we actually need that, because the three of us are maybe those parents who haven't been exposed to that. But the screen, I mean, as great as it is for our kids to be exposed to technology, there are a lot of negatives to being on the screen unlimited. And the younger you are, the more behavioral changes. And as you get older, of course,
And you know, Simrit, if you know stop like for a week, no screen, you will see drastic changes in child.
I can see it in
done
one evening.
Yes, I have done it and I've seen it, and like
They
this
become
is-
less fidgety is what I've seen.
No,
not
they
only that,
find out their own
they-
ways to
yeah.
play also. I've done it with my daughter. I was like, okay, no screen for no screen for a week. And she pulled out all her old toys when she was young, and she was more creative with them. She was making dresses of her doll. I was like, oh, and then my father like, this is the best thing you have done, Namita. Like,
No, so my son doesn't get too much screen other than work, which is a lot of screen anyways. But yeah, TV is there, which also should
Which
be
is a
talked-
screen.
Yeah, which is a screen, but that should be removed too. But when they're on gadgets, guys, I've actually done studies on this. I mean, I've read studies and I've talked to experts. When you're watching a television, it's called a laid back activity because you sit back and do it. So your muscles are relaxed, your eyes are relaxed, and then when you're on a screen, you're like this.
Yeah.
Your posture is bad and your brain is receiving the signals immediately. Your behavior changes as a kid are huge. You take the screen away for an evening and you see by the end of the evening, your child's more calm. So you
Yeah.
need to understand this. It's true, TV is a screen. I'm not defending watching TV. There has to be a limit on everything. But TV versus gadgets, there's a big thing. What's the natural detox? Books. Kid says you're bored, hand them a book and tell them figure it out. If you don't like this, go for a walk at the park.
We had a workshop here from a doctor. She's a physiotherapist.
Oh, you know
And
people as
yes,
well.
she did
To
a
reading
workshop
room,
here for
right.
posture correction.
Oh,
She
nice.
taught them
That I
how to
know.
wear a bag and how to sit.
Yeah, the size of the bag has to be right.
Yes.
And it has to be right.
Yes,
you know, just
yes, and
sitting
how
on
to
your-
sit on a table, the height, everything. We did a workshop.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
So I want to ask one thing. Just this has been what you always wanted to do, or it's something else you always thought of doing in your life, and you end up doing this.
So actually, if I look back to my college time, SOPs which we write to enter into like the post-grad colleges, it was always there. If I see my old sheets, small-term goals, long-term goals. So, something to do to be like, to give back to the society was always on my goal. So this is not my like main business. This is just, I just want children to read. It's just for that, and I got to do it. That's my privilege that I got to do this.
That's nice.
So that's why I'm doing it.
Oh,
So-
that's wonderful.
So you have an engineer. This is amazing, right? This is what we talk about in She Roars. You have an engineering degree.
Yes.
You did an MBA. You were in the corporate world, and then I assume you got married.
Yes.
You came here. How was the first few years of
Oh,
marriage?
terrible.
Typical guys.
Such a change from the corporate world, and then you get married into a big joint family.
Traditional family.
Traditional family where the other women were not working, and I was the
Oh.
first one. Only the men of the house were working. So things like that, it changed, and then to come to Noida, like a lot of things changed for me.
You faced a lot of challenges.
Lot of them. I
Why?
got pregnant immediately. I got sick, like 20 pukes a day. It was crazy. Like that first year was terrible for me.
So you got married into a traditional family.
Yes.
That's crazy. So then, what was the biggest change? Like, what were the biggest hurdles getting married? And
See, like our family was very into, we are very socially active.
Okay,
So every
that's-
second day we were having dinners and so many guests at home, and I was expected to like stay at home and
perform a certain
be a
duty.
part of the kitchen per
Oh,
se.
wow.
And then,
Hosting dinner,
I would come back from work with my bag, and my mother-in-law would be like, "Huh? She hasn't helped today." As soon as the guests
so you
come.
were working when you got married.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So I was working at Airtel that time,
Huh.
and so that was. But they also got used to it, and then they started supporting me later.
Very good.
It took them time because they were not used to that culture, and
Right.
none of the other women in the house were doing that. But
Oh.
gradually they got used to it, and then they were supportive.
That's-
Okay.
Yes.
So all the women were supportive.
Yeah, gradually. It
Gradually.
took them some time because
To get
it was
used to
new
it.
to them also.
Yeah. So see,
Or
if you-
either they do it or we make them do it.
no, that's what I was saying. Stick to your guns, whatever you believe in. I love this. This isn't like stereotypical. It's like the women came around. It took them time because they have to get out their
usually I would
comfort
get
zone.
calls
as well.
when I was at work. Your child is crying. Your child is
Oh,
sick.
you had a baby right
You don't
away?
care. And we're like, I'm working. I'm not like doing any partying or anything. But we were made to feel guilty that you're at work and you're not taking care of your
So that
children.
is-
We've discussed this
So many.
always.
Yes.
Women's guilt. Come on, guys, put it to the back burner. Forget it. You got to turn a deaf ear to the
No,
guilt.
and something, even if nobody's making you feel guilty, you yourself make
That's
yourself
what I'm
feel
saying.
like,
Women's
also
guilt.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, my child must be missing me. Oh my god, leaving. I remember when I traveled for this shows, and me
Yeah.
and my husband, I was first day, I was crying. I was telling,
Wow.
I'm feeling bad leaving kids behind. We should have got them, with us. Like, come on, stop.
And that happens
feeling
even now.
that.
Yes,
Even now,
yes.
the guilt hasn't gone.
Yeah.
No, and
there.
that's, you know what? We all as women need to realize that we got to plunge through that. And we're not giving up our duties. We're aside. I mean, we even feel guilty when the father's taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
What is that? That's not babysitting, dude. You guys are like part of this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Lovely. And now I have one more place. I run a children's play area also, along with this.
Wow.
So that's
it's
the two
all
jobs.
about kids. You know, our work, everything revolves around kids.
I'm finding this phenomenal. How much has Ridhika changed?
Yeah.
She was like, she's a typical South Delhi girl. She studied hard. She went to MBA. She did a corporate job. You were with Airtel.
Yes.
You mentioned to me when we were talking off screen that you lived in Bangalore for a year. And then you get married into a traditional, so we still continue with our family's path, right?
Yeah.
And then you still plowed through and let your true energy come through. And that's through work of whatever type, if it's the kids. And because this way you're not taking away, you're helping your children, you're helping other children, and you're giving back to society. This is what we talk about in She Roars.
This is so inspiring.
It's really inspiring because you've been able
and
to.
it's you know what I really found very inspiring about your work, that you're just not focusing about this kids coming and just reading. You're also focusing on their overall development, be it a typical kid or neurotypical kid or special needs kid.
Yes.
You're paying special attention, and as you mentioned that, you know, when parents comes and tells you, oh, my child started reading, can you imagine how much happy and so many blessings that were come, you know, just straight away coming straight through their heart, and they, oh my, this, and you know,
But you're giving back
it's
to society.
Exactly.
These
It's
kids
not
will
everybody's
always
cup of tea.
remember this spot.
Yes.
And you will be remembered forever
Yeah, exactly.
in those children's mind.
Yes.
And your wonderful teachers who you have here. It's really inspiring. It is. It really is.
Thank you. Thank you
And
so
I'm glad, you know, keep continuing passion projects.
Yes.
That's the way to go. And at any age, women can redevelop. It's only when we get caught up with being a certain form, a certain mold, is when we restrict ourselves.
Yes. And I wanted to ask one more thing. I mean, I know you are an inspiring person, but there has been someone who has been your inspiration throughout these phases of life, which, you know, you've sailed through so beautifully.
I think it would be my father. He's always supported me, and you know, when I used to go to Airtel, he used to always tell me, "Don't be a donkey, be a horse." You know, this was his exact thing, and he used to always say,
said.
"Work smart."
Yeah.
Don't be a donkey in a way, like don't keep doing hard work, which, you know, doesn't give you any return. Always work smart. You know, that's what he used to always tell me. And
In
he used to
Hindi, we
always-
have that phrase also, na, gadhe ki tarah mat kaam karo, घोड़े की तरह काम करो.
Exactly. So in fact, when I was in the corporate, people were like, "How is she climbing through so fast? Is it because of the way she looks?" Because, you know, I was working in South India, and there it's like
Yeah.
she got the job because of how she looks. That is what I faced a lot.
So you had a lot of gender bias, like, you know, about a lot of bias against women succeeding in the corporate world. Either you have to sleep around, according to them, or you have to look like you sleep around.
Yeah. So that's
what
I
she was
faced.
getting.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you proved them wrong.
I didn't care. I said, you say what you want to say. I know what I did, and I know I went by the right methods of doing what I did. So I really don't care about what anybody says.
That's how it should be.
No, and then this is the quality. She didn't care what people thought,
Yeah.
home or outside. That's how she
Exactly.
succeeded.
Yes.
That's one
Well,
thing.
thank you so much, Ridhika. It was wonderful talking to you. You are a true inspiration. And honestly speaking, I am really going to bring my kids here.
Please do.
Regularly. This place is amazing. It's really
Just
beautiful.
want more and more children to come and read here. That's all.
Yeah. How beautiful is that?
I feel like so diminished because this would be my, and you learn
She's
so
living
much.
your life.
She's living my life. I mean, minus the rest, just this one.
Yes.
We'll talk about that off screen.
Yes. Sure.
But no, this is wonderful. You truly are an inspiration, and thank you for joining us on Talk to Us
Thank
today.
you so much.
Well, thank you for joining us today. If anything that you like about our today's episode, do let us know in the comment section or email us at hello@talktoustoday.com.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to stay notified of our videos every Friday at 6 p.m. Thank you for joining us on Talk to Us today.
Also, do listen to us on Spotify. We are on
Yes.
Spotify as well now.
Yes, and our podcasts are available on Spotify, old and new. So under the same name, Talk to Us Today.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Keep reading. Keep smiling.
Oh, yes.
She forgot.
Yeah, and you let your friends know where to find us.
All right. Thank you guys. See you next Friday. Bye. So guys, Ridhika's done a great job in creating the reading room. Make sure you bring your kids. Come visit. You will not be disappointed. I was quite apprehensive walking in, and I'm going back so delighted, promising myself that I have to bring my son here, and feeling very envious of Ridhika.